Alright guys, so what we have here is the K-tuned CMC with the delay valve removed. I also have this too, which doesn't come with a delay valve in here. So what was happening is I was getting really bad grind in second gear all the time. I think when you put a little more power in these Civics, especially the Civic Si, man, these clutch delay valves do not like it whatsoever. So I would say, you know, you can do the CDV delete, which I've already done on my slave, but I'm gonna put this one on anyways because I just like the K-tune look. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this thing on, which I've already been going at it. I took my shroud off. I'll show you over here. So you can see all the tools. Get yourself a bunch of extensions. You see I've been going at this thing. It's very, very tight. You're gonna have to use, where is it? I forget where it is, but you're gonna have to use an 18. Yeah, there you go. You're gonna have to use an 18 to break the lines, because on mine had a Russell, what is it, a Russell clutch line right here, and the bottom was 18. I don't know if it was 18, it might be a standard, so I don't know what that would be, 3/4 or something like that. But what you're gonna wanna do is take out as much stuff as possible here. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tight. So as you can see, it's way back there, right? And then you're gonna have to try to pull this thing out underneath all this stuff. So on my receipt swapped with PRL, I just took all that crap out. You can see I took the bolts out of my motor mounts because, you know, I have the tray relocation for your battery. So, like I said, I've already been going at that. So what you want to do is get all this stuff taken out. All this stuff, I'm telling you, pull out as much as possible. It'll make it so much easier. On these guys, PB Blaster is your best friend. And always use a line wrench. I don't care. Don't even attempt to go at this if you don't have one of these. Go buy one. It's gonna be the best thing, especially for brakes, clutch lines. You know, you strip one of these things, you're screwed. You know, you're not gonna do any installs on that thing. So let me show you the inside. So another thing that you're gonna want to get too that makes it a lot more convenient is one of these guys. You know, what do they call them, U-joints or something? That way you can just fit it up in there, kind of fill it out, because as you can see, it is tight as hell up there. Let me see, so there's one bolt hole, the other one's on the bottom. I can't get to it, I'm sorry guys. There it is right there. So those are gonna be 212s. And I already put them over there with the kit. So you're gonna wanna do that. There's gonna be a cotter pin over here on this side. What is that? The driver's side. Pull that out. And then you're gonna knock this little, like, I don't know, it's a pin. You knock that out and then you're good to go. It's gonna be free. This was probably a bigger pain in the ass than going back there and reaching, trying to get all that stuff off though. I haven't done it yet. So let me start getting back to installing and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, so another little tip that I found to be a little easier, because I want to suffer to make this as painless as possible for you guys. And I truly mean that, because I know how it is going through videos and trying to find stuff, only to find that they do half-ass videos like this. But this is what I saw that was gonna make life easier, because when I saw the videos on this, it was just one other guy in his 8th gen. And he went and fished this whole thing out. See that? With the line that goes underneath all that to right here. He fished it all out in one. But, you know, I'm not stoned for once. I'm actually sober. So what I did is just pulled it right here, and it dawned on me, I could just break this right here, right? So what I did is I just put a bunch of PB Blaster and broke this. Actually, this thing was really easy to break, which kind of worries me, but it just broke right. This is a 1710. So just break it there. You could just pull it out right here instead of fishing this thing all the way down here, the line back. But yeah, it came out pretty easy. So there you go. I'm gonna start installing now. Be back. Okay, before I forget, this is kind of important. When you take out your other CMC, note where this is to where you're gonna put this. Just make sure you count the threads and try to line it up exactly to what you're gonna, to where your old one was. So as you can see, you know, just count the threads. So like three and a half or something maybe. Do the same thing if you're doing brake booster, master cylinder. You're gonna want to do the same thing if you're going OEM. I like to mess with this a little bit. It kind of just it'll what can I say? It will engage your clutch at different points. I like mine a little shorter. I like to engage, I don't know, kind of close towards the bottom. That's just me. So I kind of mess with it. If you want to keep pulling it out, putting it back in to see how you guys are gonna like it, do it. But I'm just gonna go with the standard length because I don't want to pull this thing back out. So yeah. Okay. So if you've gotten to this point, yeah, you've gotten your doggy. But you've probably gotten this off. You know, if you're at this point, you're home free because you don't have to deal with this line. You don't have to deal with anything that's kind of going to be challenging as far as trying to get it out. And congratulations, you have patience of a god. And, you know, it's pretty rewarding, right? Anyways. So what they have are these fittings. What are the AN or something like that? What I do is I put a little bit of thread sealant. You know, why not? It couldn't hurt. So just put a little dot right there. I like to use high temperature thread sealant, Permatex. This stuff's awesome. I use it for everything as far as like, you know, brake lines if I need them. You don't really need to do them on brake lines because the flare is the seal, right? But stuff like this, you know, when you do, like, especially that car, you know, the fuel line is pretty notorious for leaking sometimes if you put aftermarket ones, so I did it for that. It's held for years and years and years. Also, go ahead and put some on, you know, this thing too. Like I said, just a little dot on the top because you're gonna seal it down anyways. Right, so it's just gonna go all the way down. You just need a dot, that's it. You don't have to put a bunch on it. So we're at this point, we're on the install. So what we're gonna do is start getting all this stuff in. I gotta go to the hardware store really quick to pick up some cotter pins because I lost the other one. I have no idea where it went as far as the one that goes on the actual clutch pedal to that pin. So I will be back and I'll start installing this thing later. Okay, so got this thing in. Boy, let me tell you, that thing was a pain in the ass to get in. So you're gonna have to come from the bottom, go below the master cylinder. I suggest over tilting it to the left. That way you can just tilt it, you know, right in there. At least to the right, and the bolts should line up. And you're probably thinking like, what the hell is he talking about? You'll see when you do this. But I got it in there. The part that was a pain in the ass is the clutch on the other side. The clutch pedal, you have to like maneuver it to get the bolts in. So I had to get somebody out here to maneuver the pedal. And the other thing is it's tight in there. And if you have giant hands, do yourself a favor and have your girl or your wife or recruit a small Asian man with tiny hands, because you're gonna need it, man. If you have big hands, this is gonna be impossible. So, alright, let me start tightening everything up, and then you can see I ran the line already. Hold on a sec. There's my clutch line. And then to the K-tuned slave. So I'm gonna put everything back together, and then I'm gonna start bleeding. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so what's up, guys? So what I did was I waited a few days. This is, let me see, when did I install it? Thursday, so a couple days afterwards. I drove the car that night, and I was getting kind of a weird pedal. And it was because I'm a dumbass, I didn't bleed it enough, so I went back and bled it at least 6 more times. I used the whole thing of Honda fluid, one of those little, like, you know, the little smaller containers. And now, man, I'll tell you what, guys, I went and drove it yesterday, like, pretty hard last night. Did some spirited runs, like at least 3 or 4 digs. I was just trying to get it to grind. I could not get this thing to grind, man. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to say it's living up to the hype. I would say it's worth it. You know, if you guys are over that grind, I haven't had a grind since, I'm telling you. So I would say do it, man. It's a pain in the ass, but I mean, for what, less than 200 bucks, you're gonna get some performance out of it. I haven't had any leaks. Let me get into there. So I've been working on this car today. These new side lights on. As you can see, 3 days later, still at max. Everything is going good. No leaks in anything. Turn. So from what I found out too, and if it's something you guys want to do for a cheaper option, because you can find them in other places, is well, you can find them at junkyards, anything. You can find them eBay probably for super cheap. Is, I guess from what I'm told, is that the EM1 CMCs have the same exact bolt pattern they will fit in, and they don't have a clutch delay valve. EM1s I think are 96 through 01 SIs. If somebody wants to correct me on that, you can. I haven't confirmed it. I've seen it all over the internet. I've seen people arguing with the K-Tune reps on forums saying that it's a cheaper option. Do what you want. Or you can just, you know, buy this thing. It'll look cool and it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I recommend it. Thanks for tuning into this video. I hope it helped a little bit. If you have any questions at all, please private message me or put them in the comments. I will get back to you guys. Do it. Thing's awesome, man. So next up, my next video, guys, is going to be K-tuned rear camber arms on the 9th gen, and I will show you guys step by step how to install those. I'm telling you guys, that will be maybe an hour install. It's a lot easier to install those damn things, I'm telling you. Peace.